Yeah. Hi, friends. The name is S.D. Williams, your motivational godfather. I'm here because you know I love you and I believe in you. There's greatness planted inside you. You need a little bit of water to grow up beautifully. And I'm here for sectors because I believe in you. I believe that we are all in this world for a particular purpose and we deserve the best. And that's why I'm here. How are you today? Wednesday motivation, I've taken it to Thursday now. For some research I was doing about coronavirus, and the feedback didn't come early, so I needed to do it today. And today is Thursday, 5th of the 3rd in Australia already. Alright, so today we're coming to talk about the 7 things you need to know about this coronavirus. And I know you've been wondering why the motivational godfather haven't talked about it. I've got a lot of messages and I need to do my research. I always do the research, compare and contrast because I want to give you the best. All right, today we're coming to talk about what is coronavirus and what is this kind of a virus that is eating the world up. Is that something that has happened before? Do we have certain viruses that has come to pass? How many people did it kill? And what are our expectations in this coronavirus? How does it spread? When they say isolated yourself, what does it mean by isolate yourself? What are the symptoms of coronavirus? Today I'm coming to take you through the level and for you to understand what coronavirus is all about, why in Australia people are buying toilet papers instead of taking care of themselves. It's so amazing that when you go to most of the shops in Australia now, there's no toilet paper. People are just hoarding toilet paper. And when you go on Facebook Market, people are selling 6-pack of a toilet paper for $2,000 in Australia. I don't even understand. I don't know why we are buying toilet papers. I don't know, but maybe somebody have said something. And we'll find out whether, garlic. Does garlic have any impact on coronavirus? Because some people sending me message telling me about garlic. If you eat garlic, it's all right. How many black people have been affected by this coronavirus? And how serious is this illness? What is the treatment for this coronavirus? Is there any treatment now? And what does your face mask does to you if you have it? All right, so we're gonna go through bit by bit and we take it from there. All right, so the history of pandemic death toll in the world. That means number one, coronavirus is not just the first virus this world has ever experienced. And so the media need to stop this fear and panic thing. People are even dead before this coronavirus will come to them because of the media. You and I, the way we talk about it. Today I want you to get it straight away. All right, so the highest death of a virus or pandemic, that pandemic means something that is rampant, globally. I will explain such terms to you as we go on. All right, so we got the black, everything black is something though. The Black Death, which means black people dead from 1346 to 1353, which is 7 years. Within that 7 years, the estimated death of people were about 75 to 200 million people died. And we had a flu pandemic, which is in 1918 20 to 50 million people die. HIV and AIDS from 2005 all the way to today, we had about almost 40 million people die with HIV. And apparently HIV did not come from anywhere. People always associate such viruses from animals, from this, but in the long run it turned up from the lab. All right, so cholera, like, you know, we had the third cholera, which came and about a million people, flu, about a million people. We had six cholera, about 800,000 people. We had Russia flu, which is about a million people. All these people that I'm saying, they're dead. They're not just alive. And even recently in 2014, Ebola in Africa, West Africa, some part of West Africa, 11,310 people died. That's what is recorded. 11,310 people died. And out of that, 500 nurses and doctors died included. They were trying to save life. And this is why you need to watch this video. Tell a friend to tell another friend. Share the video because you need to save life. I'm doing this to save life. And so you need to know that we need to save life. All right, so let's look at the definition of coronavirus. What is coronavirus anyway? With that big name, coronavirus. All right, coronavirus is just a common virus. It's just a common virus like everything. And they got SARS and MAS, which is several acute respiratory syndrome, which is the SARS, which is deadly. It's deadly than the Middle East respiratory syndrome. So that is coronavirus. And what is COVID-19? COVID-19 is like HIV virus, which gives you AIDS. So the COVID-19 is what you get first, then it becomes coronavirus. I hope you're getting me right. And according to World Health Organization, this is from animals. So they got this term for it. You hear certain terms like, you know, zoonotic. Zoonotic is from, zoonotic means that it was transferred from an animal or wild animal to a human being. And this is what I've been telling you. Stop eating bats, stop eating, like, you know, stop eating all those animals. Now look at it. They believe that it's from that market in China. But I will have my own opinion when I finish the video. Before I finish the video, I will let you know. Alright, when you hear outbreak means in the same place that the virus has come out, it's more than expected. It's increased. So like Italy now, like it's outbreak in Italy. The virus is just increasing. The last time that I checked, which is this morning, the virus has been increasing by 50%. And even Pope Francis was coughing when they have a mass. So probably people were predicting that maybe he got it. There's a video on YouTube, you can go and check it out. Pope Francis was coughing when it was a mass time. So that probably he got it. He got it. That's what the media is saying. And yeah, we hope it's not true. All right. So you hear epidemic. Epidemic, it means that it's remain in the same country or the same region. So let's say if it was only in China or in Asia, we will say that it's epidemic. But now it has traveled from epidemic to pandemic, with World Health Organization doesn't want to accept it, that it's pandemic, because now it's in Italy, which is in Europe, and there's a lot of countries in Europe that got it now. A lot of countries in Africa, even I think 2 countries in Africa got it now. And when you go to South America and North America, they all got it. So it's pandemic. World Health Organization shouldn't tell us it's epidemic. That's just the difference. Epidemic is remain in the same region or the same country, but pandemic means it's all over the world. All right, so what is isolation? When they say you need to, there will be isolated people, or you need to isolate yourself. Like in Australia now, there's a rule that if you are from main China, you need to isolate yourself for 14 days. If you are from Iran, you need to isolate yourself for 14 days. So that means when you fly in from Iran to Australia, you need to stay home for 14 days. Stay in your room. Don't move around the room. Just stay in your room for 14 days. Food, everything needs to be supplied to you in your room. You don't come out from your room. You only come out when you use the toilet. And anybody in that house needs to use a lot of things that I will show you very soon. And so when you hear the word quarantine means they move the unhealthy people out of healthy people. So when you are affected with coronavirus or the virus, you need to be separated from people who are not, affected. All right, so if you look at Diamond Prince, the ship that is in Japan now, Australia is going to bring the Australian citizens. Meanwhile, they're not coming to join the healthy people, like me sitting here now. The healthy people, they're going to quarantine them for 14 days in Darwin, which is far north. They have a tent, everything prepared for them. So when they bring them in, that's where they're going to stay for 14 days to be observed. All right. So let's see, according to Washington Post, the date that I checked this was on the 4th of the 3rd, 2020, which is confirmed cases in the countries. About 83 countries in the world now have confirmed cases. Let me tell you the first 18 of them. And main China, which the coronavirus come from China, so we got about 80,382. So 80,382 cases. And death toll, which means people who are dead through the virus or through investigation, they realized that it was caused by this virus, is 2,983 people, they dead. When you go to the next is South Korea. South Korea have about 5,621 cases. Only 28 is dead. All right, when you come to Iran, that's where the issue is. Iran have about 2,922 and confirmed cases, and death toll is about 92. That means Iran have like a lot, just not more than South Korea, but the death toll in Iran is more than South Korea. Meanwhile, South Korea have like 5,000 cases, Iran have 2,000 cases, but Iran have death toll of 92. And recently, when I was watching the news, Iran vice prime minister or prime minister of president is affected too. Iran deputy minister of health was also affected. And so this is how far this coronavirus is traveling, that speed. All right. When you come to Europe, in Italy, Italy is leading Europe in terms of coronavirus. We have about 2,502 cases and about 79 deaths. It's pretty sad. Pretty sad. All right. We go to Japan. Japan have about 706 cases and we have 6 deaths. We have Germany have 304 cases. We have 6 deaths. We have France have 244 cases, no death. Spain have 212 cases, 4 deaths. And we have United States of America have about 193 cases, 1 death. And we have Singapore. Singapore have about 228 cases, 9 deaths. Then we go Singapore, we go Kuwait. Kuwait have, now before Kuwait we have Switzerland. Switzerland have 93 cases, no death. Kuwait have 56, no death. Then we have Malaysia. And let me finish with Australia. Australia have about 42 cases, 1 death. So that means this coronavirus is taking over. It's really taking over. But we have measures to get rid of it. Number 4, what are some of the common symptoms that you've experienced when you feel like you have coronavirus? 1, if you have a fever, if your temperature is higher than normal. So you need to know when you cough, you have a fever, you have a temperature, and you have a sore throat, tiredness, like, you're so tired, and a short of breath, like, you can't breathe properly. These are the symptoms of coronavirus. All right, so how does coronavirus spread, and what are we doing and making it spread? All right, so when somebody is coughing and sneezing, that person could spread coronavirus when you are around and you are not wearing a mask. And if the person sneezes and touches an object and you go and touch it, and you touch your face with it, your mouth with it, your eyes with it, you get infected. Meanwhile, we said it's not airborne disease. So it's just amazing though. It's just really amazing how things are going. All right, close personal contact. If you like, even in France now, you are not allowed to kiss in France. And I think this should have come on Valentine's Day. All right, so traveling has been banned, especially in China. China, you're not traveling. No one is traveling in and out. And Australia, you can't travel. Now, we block all Chinese and other, like Iran. You can't really, even if you go to Italy, you are not allowed to come just straight away to your house. You need to be quarantined. So this is how serious this coronavirus is. And I'm just taking you through 7 process how you can know what is happening. Because, I believe most of us, we just hear and we don't want to know much, but I'm telling you more about it. All right, touching an object with the virus, as I said, and touching your nose, your mouth, your eyes, you are likely to have it. So, and one thing you need to know is that it doesn't matter whether your sibling or your family member, if they have it, be careful. You don't need to say, like, always remember you first. You get what I mean? So try to help that person. Don't get yourself overwhelmed emotionally and you end up having it. There's a process. There's a process out there. So make sure that whatever I'm saying, you take it into note. Read more for yourself as well. Follow the news and don't get frightened. Don't get panicking. All right, so 3 simple ways to prevent this coronavirus before it's come close to you or come close to your neighborhood. All right, number one, don't panic. Don't panic. I'm telling you, don't not to panic. All right, number two, wash your hand with soap and water. Wash your hand with soap and water. And how do we wash our hand with soap and water? Make sure the soap gets to all over your hands, and then you take a bit of time, like even 1 minute, 2 minutes, with soap and water, soap on your hands. Then you put water on it, and make sure you don't touch. You use paper towel instead of, like, the nappy or the mini towel we use to wipe our hands in the toilet, public toilets or other places. Please use paper towel. When you finish, just drop it in instead of using another person's towel or something. All right. You can also wear masks, but you wear masks when the person you're going to visit, or you're going to the hospital, that person is affected, or you're going to the hospital, so you need to wear a mask. But you don't wear the mask to walk around the street like how people are doing. You don't even know who got it, so there's no point. Apparently, even the mask could even attract coronavirus. That's what they say. All right. And you need to know that kissing, touching, hugging, all those things must be avoided. Even though you need to know that the person that you are kissing or you are hugging is mucho mucho. Like, you don't just go around and hug people like normal. Now, handshake and everything is bound. So, what's up, brother? Then you go your way. You don't, what's up, brother? You don't really want to touch and hold and hug, and you need to be careful about that. And there's alcohol-based hand sensitizer. You need to get it, and it's pretty good for you. All right. So in Australia here, when you feel like you're not well or you need help, there's a hotline you need to call, which is just number 7. There's a hotline you need to call, and anywhere in the world you are, look for the hotline for coronavirus, because you will need it. You will need it when the time comes. So just make sure, get yourself prepared, and I always pray that we are always prepared and we will be alive to see the next generation of this world. Meaning, this virus will come and go. So if it's your turn to go, you will go, but prevent yourself going that quick. All right. So if you are in Australia here, there's a national corona health information line. That's very quick. Coronavirus just came in last year, but we got national corona health information line, which is 18,080 All right, so let me go again. 18,000. Now, I want you to get it. So, all right, let me say it again. 18,000 20 080. So 18,000 20 080. When you are in Australia, call that number. And they work 24/7, so 7 days a week. They are always there. If anything, just let them know. If you need an interpreter for your phone call, you need to call this number first. 131450. That's the number you need to call first before you can talk to them. All right. And when you need to see a doctor, I'm touching my nose. When you need to see a doctor, you need to call in first and tell them where you've been. Oh, maybe I've been to Iran, I've been to China, I've been to Italy, I've been to Singapore, and so I'm not feeling well, but I will come over. And so let them make sure that they are ready, so you won't go and affect people who want to save your life for them to also die, or for them to also whatever happen. But one thing is that coronavirus doesn't have any solution. That's what you need to know. It's a flu. It doesn't really have a solution. Antibacterial is not working for coronavirus, but apparently the HIV virus, the HIV medication is helping a bit. That's what scientists or the dentists or whatever they call themselves, they've discovered that the HIV virus medication is helping a bit. So for now, we don't have any vaccine for it. So make sure that you don't affect yourself with it, or you don't help somebody to do it for you. So this is all we have. All what we need is to wash our hands and to protect ourselves and our loved ones as well. All right. All right. So, I always got bonuses for you, and, being the motivational godfather, and, when we talk about well-being and transformation, this is the best time. I know you gotta say no, but when it comes economically, this is the best time to invest, because people are panicking. People are not buying anymore. They're not buying shares anymore. Shares are down. Yesterday, Australian market was down for almost 4 hours. And Wall Street, there's no more any Wall Street. It's online now. So this is the best time you can start investing. I know. You can make money. You can make a lot of money from now, because people are panicking. They are selling their shares. People are not even confident. They don't have confidence. But the market will boom back. That's what you need to know. It seems like every 4 years or something happened, because that SARS happened in Beijing in 2002. That's what you need to know. And this SARS happened in Beijing 2002. Then 2000 was it 2014? Then we have Ebola, which killed a lot of people. And look at it, the panicking and all those stuff. And now we have coronavirus. And all right, so let's go to the conspiracy theory. Most people believe that CDC, if you understand CDC is Center of Disease Control, United States of America. Most people believe, I'm not saying that though, don't get me wrong. Most people believe that coronavirus is from CDC. It's like Ebola. When Ebola came up, they said it's from the bats. And later on, we realized that Ebola is from the lab. Somebody did Ebola to test it on human being, and it killed a lot of people that way. And so people also believe in this conspiracy theory that this coronavirus is from CDC, meaning Americans have hand in it. Because personally, let me come in here. Personally, China was becoming the #1 economic country in the world, because China was second in the world. And when the list of the biggest banks came out in the world, China had 6 banks among the top 10. America had only 1. America had only 1. China had 6 banks. The Bank of China was #1. Agriculture Development Bank in China. So China was becoming unbecoming. And I remember the European Union had an interview with Paul Kagame, the Rwandan president. And they asked Paul Kagame, how best can we do to take over Africa? As Africans are accepting China now. And so how best can we do it to accept Africa back, or take Africa back? And Paul Kagame said this: Africa is not a commodity for you to take it back. Africa wants people who can partner with them. China understands African politics, so they don't get involved in African politics. He said that, and the video is on YouTube. And so if this is getting China down, meaning China needs to think about what is happening. But this is conspiracy theory from others, and I use my A and B added together to let you know that this is what I also feel. I also feel that it may be from somewhere, because this fish market has been there before we were born, and Chinese people started eating all those kind of wildlife. It's been a long time. And so suddenly, what wildlife was born today in 2019 that Chinese people ate, and look at it. Because even Russia has accused Americans getting involved, especially they've accused Donald Trump for that, for this coronavirus. And I know one day, if it's conspiracy theory, let it remain. But if there's a truth in it, the truth will come out. All right. Other people also believe that the Chinese government is a way of killing his own people, especially the poor people in China, because they want to be the richest country in the world. So, and they still have poor people. So they use this coronavirus, and other people believe that they got it from Canada. A conspiracy theory, it's funny. Other people believe they got it from Canada. And so that's why they want to kill their own people, which I find it difficult to believe, but it may happen. All right, so my insight with this coronavirus is that it's something that has been coming and going. It's a normal flu, but if you have such, like, you have heart disease, cholesterol, and all those kind of things, when you have the infection, it will trigger the other ones and shut your kidney and shut most of your organs down. Because this coronavirus apparently is powerful. It's that powerful that can shut you down. Within 14 days, you may say goodbye to the world. All right, so just be careful. And, as I love you and I believe in you, I'm here sharing with you this. Share the video, tell a friend to tell another friend. And my greetings to my family all the way in Boja. I say thank you for taking care of my family, especially my mom for coming back all the way to Australia. And my grandparents just got back. Thanks to everyone. This is just an announcement to Ghanaians in Australia. We got Independence Day coming on this Sunday. So this Sunday, Independence Day. So if you are available, just walk to Preston Town Hall, and with your traditional clothes or whatever you want to put it on, just walk to Preston Town Hall and enjoy the independence with Ghana. We are 63 years old, but we're still struggling. But we need to G&E. Yeah, muscle money at the same. Yeah. So thank you so much. Share the video. Tell a friend to tell another friend that coronavirus is real. And the other conspiracy theory is people believe it's not real, but it's real. It is real. It is real. Don't be doubting Thomas. It is real. Don't forget to pursue your vision with a mission. And join it with an action, and we go straight to the kingdom of riches, a place where good health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, peace of mind, and a whole wealth of money shall follow you for the rest of your life. Thank you, and God bless you. The name is S.D. Williams, your motivational godfather.